The Chronicles of Sodor. The island of Sodor is a very busy island with a lot of hard-working engines, making it a special place to be. Recently, a storm had hit the island of Sodor, and Sir Topham Hatt was cross. He had a problem. "How come the Tidmouth Shed's light has been broken," he said, "and the weather vane has popped," he said. "Whoever broke it better fess up now or you'll all be shut up in the sheds." "Humph," said Gordon. "It wasn't me. It was probably Thomas." "It wasn't me," pouted Thomas. "It was you." "It wasn't me, you silly little blue engine on wheels." "Well, it wasn't me, so just own up to your mistakes," whistled Thomas. "Both of you stop it," said Edward. "Gordon, it wasn't Thomas." "Yeah, it was you," said Gordon. "Gordon, you didn't let me finish, and I was going to say it wasn't you either." "Shut it, Edward." Edward started dreaming what the island of Sodor would be like if they didn't fess up to their mistakes. The island of Sodor would be surrounded by only blue engines and trucks, and there would be no other colored engines to do the jobs, worried Edward. Oh, and next over from Edward was James. James had a very sad dream. He was remembering the time when he went too fast with the express, trying to prove that he was the fastest engine on the island of Sodor. Well, the fastest red engine at least. James was going so fast that he couldn't stop. He didn't have enough brake fluid, and he raced with the express and was uncoupled from them, and his wheels pounded the rails. And James raced right through the back of Tidmouth Sheds. "Huh," said James. Next over from James was Thomas. Thomas remembered the time when he didn't want to wear his snowplow, so he tricked his driver and made him take it off, and he had lost it, and he went on the search for it. "I don't want to ever have this happen again," said Thomas. He remembered that they couldn't find it. No matter how hard they searched. And he remembered getting into trouble with the fat controller. "I don't want this to ever happen again. I hope someone fesses up soon." Oh. Next over from Thomas was Henry. Henry remembered the time when he and Hero were due to do a job together, and they were waiting for good coal because the coaling plant was filled with bad coal, and Duck was to bring the good coal. But Henry was worried about the bad coal, and he was afraid to keep puffing and do the job. So he waited and went to the coaling plant. He remembered when Hero left the coaling plant too. And Hero puffed right past Henry, and they both kept missing each other. Henry remembered how this had caused a lot of confusion and delay as Duck left with the good coal. Henry remembered how he and Hero had to make up for lost time. "I don't want that to happen again," said Henry. Next over from Henry was Emily. Emily remembered to a past experience when Diesel was taking her special because he was pouty because Emily wouldn't listen to him, and he ran away with it. Emily remembered how she chased after Diesel, and Diesel wouldn't give her back the coaches. Emily remembered how she chased Diesel all around the island of Sodor until he returned the coaches to the Fat Controller, and Diesel was put in his place. "Oh, I don't want this to happen again," said Emily. "Someone better fess up." Emily brought this to the Fat Controller's attention. Said Emily. "I hope that doesn't happen again or anything like that." Next over from Emily was Percy. Percy remembered how he had inspired Sasha to not be afraid of the beach. It was a good dream that Percy had. Percy is a positive engine. Next over from Percy was Gordon. Gordon had the worst dreams of all. He remembered when he puffed straight into the snowdrift and couldn't get out. It was a terrible mess. Then Gordon had another dream. He remembered the time when he had to pull an express train backwards, and the engines teased him. Gordon was disgraced. It wasn't me," said Gordon. "It wasn't any of you, Gordon," said Sir Topham Hatt the next morning. "I checked while you were sleeping, and it was the storm last night." "So you blamed us?" said the engines. The engines wanted to be upset, but they couldn't be upset with the Fat Controller. Have you ever been blamed for something that you had no involvement with? All of the engines that sleep at Tidmouth Sheds had that trouble. There had been a storm, and Sir Topham Hatt blamed us for the damage. He said if none of us fessed up, we would all be placed in our sheds until someone did, and all the engines had horrible dreams about what would happen if we didn't fess up. But Sir Topham Hatt came, and he told all of us that it was the storm that broke the light and the weather valve. But what we learned was that if we didn't fess up and work as a team, bad things would happen, and we all had flashbacks to bad times in our lives. See you next time.